What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Went ahead and did some farming while I was in between episodes, just so I could pick up the Ichimonji. Again, this is my favorite combat art in the game, so I'm going to replace the Whirlwind Slash with Ichimonji. Basically what it is it's overhead attack. Whenever it hits, it rebuilds your posture, and it also does a huge amount of posture damage to enemies. Alright, so a couple different directions we can go here. You can head this way. Just go ahead and show you. Down here is water, so you can fall down there. Just make sure if you do that you are checking for the carps. But yeah, so come pick up this coin purse, and we'll head over here to the bridge.
I heard you were the one that put the armor on that big bugger from Taro Tree. You made a mistake about it. It was a damn awful job. But it looks like it paid off, didn't it? He already had a huge frame and massive strength, and you just made him near impervious to blades. That is true. He doesn't like that armor, and he sure didn't like me putting it on him. When a fight happens, it might come off as you didn't.
Alright, so just eavesdropping. Obviously we have a mini boss coming up. He's a big dude and he has armor. There is a prosthetic tool that will help pull off the armor. So we got the gatehouse key. Key to a samurai gatehouse located in Ashina Reservoir, not far from the well the wolf was kept in. Here, Gyobu, the demon's broken horn, is respectfully guarded by Ashina samurai. The broken horn is a spear blade once wielded by Gyobu, the demon. It is said no prey can escape Gyobu's horn. It pulls enemies in and is even capable of stripping off an enemy's armor. So that's the tool that they were alluded to pull off the armor. It's basically a hint saying, like, guys that are the big samurai dudes, especially the ones with the spears, if you hit them with this new prosthetic tool and you pull, you can strip their armor off, which will make them take a huge amount of damage. Inside here is the way you get to the Ashina depths. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take care of the wolves. And then this big dude has a bell. Gonna let him do his little walk thing. He hasn't seen us yet. You can fight him. He's not that hard. Again, he just has like super delayed attacks. He hits you with the bell, and I mean, he hits like a truck. So definitely want to avoid fighting him if possible. Jump down when he has his back turned, and just take him out. Don't get anything crazy from him. Some scrap magnetite, which is good for your upgraded materials. But other than that, nothing special. So avoid him when you can. I'm going to come this way. Black gunpowder. And we're going to head inside. Nice heavy coin purse. Another statue to rest at. We'll just activate it. We don't need to rest though. We haven't taken any damage. And there's a merchant up here.
Dare to purchase an offering. Another one where you've weed the...
They give you the same pretty much dialogue every time. Now this guy does have some extra dialogue. He will talk about one of the choices that you make later on in the game. Alright, so we're going to buy the prayer bead, obviously. That's the most important thing here. But this dragon mask is something that you definitely want to buy. It fits the other side of the dragon mask that you can buy from the fish dudes. And basically putting those two together will help you out in New Game Plus. So we're going to go ahead and buy as much stuff from this guy as possible. And we'll come back for the heavy coin purses. Like I said, it's not worth using purses to buy more purses. So I'm going to go ahead and head down to the depths. Actually, you know what? We're going to avoid the depths for right now. Just know that this is how you get here because it's kind of hard to find. But we'll be returning through this area a bunch of different times. So go ahead and head up to clear the reservoir first. So heading across the bridge again. Jump over here. And this is going to take us to where we first started the game. This is where we escaped down this little ravine to that doorway. And that's where we got our arm cut off. And down that way, up that, past that wall, down that valley, is where the well was that we were sitting in when we first started the game. So, kind of backtracking now. There is another... Oh, forgot to open the gate on the other side, but here's another sculpture. Don't worry about opening that door right away. We can do that at any time. We'll be coming back to this area multiple times as well. Alright, so the reservoir, pretty easy area.
Somewhere around here.
Just eavesdrop on these guys real quick.
Lately it feels like an everyday occurrence. I know. It goes to show just how soon the battle will be upon us. Even more the reason to take these reports seriously.
Alright, so that, you would think that they're talking about you. They're actually not. They're talking about the other shinobis that are from the ministry that have been showing up. So, we're gonna go ahead and take the dogs out. These guys run up. Boom. And, alright, first area is clear. Now, you can go through these doors. There's a couple big dudes patrolling, and there's a bunch of archers and stuff up on this hill. I'm going to show you a little bit of a better way. Take this tree branch. Jump to this tree branch. Go ahead and start sneaking. Because on the other side of this wall is the dudes that pound a little frying pan or bell to let everyone know you're here. Take him out. Now you don't have to worry about everyone knowing that you're here. And this is a decent little farm spot after we clear it out. We're going to be heading back to the Moonview Tower, which is up there. But first, since we got the gatehouse key, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Now, the mini-boss up here is pretty easy to kill without using the prosthetic. And I've never actually used the spear to kill him. But I'm actually going to attempt to do that. So what I'm going to do now is go under, pick up this item, waste the time, and then we are going to just book it back across. I almost missed that. And we're going to just do the same thing again. You don't have to clear these guys out. I just wanted to do it initially so I can get the item. If you want to just skip them, just jump over this wall, zip, and zip. Again, you don't have to kill this guy every time, but to avoid him alerting everyone, good practice. So we're going to sneak around the backside. Same route that we took to get to the Moonview Tower when we had... I completely forgot to get the spear. I'm sorry, guys. I got my daughters outside the room arguing. And one more time. I'll make it quick. We're just going to head back to the sculptor and get the prosthetic, and then I'll use that to take the boss down. As long as you make it to the sculptures before you get hit, the sculpture will still work. So if you ever just want to blow back to the sculpture, it's not a big deal. Alright, talk to Emma, see if she has any more dialogue.
Master Wolf.
No gourd
For my
seeds.
research, I need you to find me.
I'll see what.
Alright, cool. So we're still looking for the blood samples. No one else has been afflicted by dragon rot yet, so deal with that later. Alright, so we're going to fit a new prosthetic tool with the loaded spear. So unleash far-reaching thrust attacks. Lighter enemies struck by the spear may be dragged towards the wielder. Those of a larger build will at times force themselves into poorly fitting armor. Such armor can be torn clean off, coined by Gyobu as armor stripping. So basically, if you thrust with R2, you're just going to do a thrust with the spear. If you R2 and then R2 again, you're going to pull the enemy struck by the spear back towards you, and it can tear off armor from heavier foes. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and equip it. Gonna get rid of the firecrackers. Loaded spear. Alright, so the loaded spear looks pretty cool too. It puts like a big old spear on the back of the prosthetic. And we'll head back to the reservoir. So the big boss here that we're gonna be fighting uses a very large spear. He's gonna do sweeping attacks and he's gonna do a lot of thrusting attacks. You can get a sneak off on him, but his posture, it builds up relatively slowly unless you strip the armor off of him. But if you really just don't want to use the spear, like it's uncomfortable, all you have to do is Makiri counter him every time he does a thrust. And as long as you jump the sweeps and kind of back away from him to force him to do a Makiri or the thrust attacks, you'll be able to posture break him pretty simply as long as you don't miss. But He does a couple different thrusts. One of them is way more delayed than the other, so the timing for it is a little bit off. So we're going to try to make sure we alleviate any possible mess-ups by popping a couple sugars before we go in here. So again, taking the same exact route that we took to get to the Moonview Tower the first time. This is where we met with Kuro. Now, every time you die, you are going to have to make this run back to the mini-boss. Kind of sucks. The mini-bosses in this game, a lot of them are not placed very well, so that you could just run back to them, but some of the main bosses are placed pretty properly.
Do what must be done, but I have yet to discover what it is that I must do. I don't understand. Why was I granted this power?
Alright, so there's Kuro just kind of reflecting on the power he was given and what he should do. Again, contemplating the idea of helping Genichiro. Alright, so this is Big Spear Bro. And you don't want to fight him down the stairs. You want to keep him upstairs. So, like I said, before we engage, we're going to make sure we pop our sugar, pop our ungos, and then we're going to also pop... well, I'm going to get rid of the Bell Demon. I was using that while I was farming. That was not the intent. Bell Demon would have made this fight a lot harder because I would have been taking chip damage. And we're going to pop the Aqua Sugar. Alright, so sneak up. And boom. And immediately keep R2, R2. R2, R2. So we strip off his armor. The armor's not coming off. Alright, we're gonna just do it the old-fashioned way. Just deflect. Focus on deflects. Boom, he's gonna go a thrust here probably. As long as you deflect, his posture builds up pretty quickly. Keep deflecting. Punish every time he does a sweep. There we go. Get the nice Fakiri counter off. There's the delayed thrust. You can dodge around it. Deflect. And he's dead. Alright, I'm not sure why the spear didn't pull his armor off. Maybe they were talking about another mini boss that I'm not aware of, but that's how you deal with 7 spears. Forgot his whole name. But pretty simple boss. Get that stealth kill, pop some sugar. Just make sure your deflects are on purpose because he swings pretty wild. And we're going to come through here. We'll wait on the big guy to turn around. But you can also take the same path that you took getting over here and sneak through and clear everyone out that way. Kind of unnecessary. The big guys move slow enough where you can rush through here. Go ahead and take care of him. Priority on spear guy. And then the gunners. And then we got the big guy. Okay, so we're just gonna jump down, get him on flat ground. And I hate fighting these guys. As long as you get good deflects though, I mean, pretty slow pace. You don't really have to worry too much. Just don't get hit with the big one. If you deflect the big sweep or the big hit that he does, he'll go into that like, oh my god, I'm so tired mode. Gotta pick up the item. All right, so this area is clear down. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that's mini boss number 1 in this area cleared. I got 2 gourd seeds, which should be enough. There's another mini boss that's down here in this well, and an NPC that we're going to talk to. Now this guy has an interesting story, mostly because there's a lot of different options on how you exactly want to deal with the way his story plays out. We'll get into that.
It truly stirs my soul. Beautiful, and yet somehow sad. As if it yearns, it calls for someone. Hey, who are you calling for? Let me hear it one more time.
Hey, you.
What? Oh, my name is Jinzaimon Kumano. My duty is to patrol the moat. I've not seen you around before. Which clan are you?
I cannot say.
You cannot say, you say? So you are a shinobi, then?
I cannot say.
Your manners could use some work. No matter. If you are a shinobi, I won't press any further.
All right, so just to exhaust the dialogue,
Have you ever heard
I'll kind of explain in a second.
Shamisen around here? I followed the sound and it led me to this well.
I have not.
Is that so? I thought since you're a shinobi you might know. I wonder who that melody calls to. I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about it. No. It's nothing. Please forget I ever spoke of it.
All right, so don't jump down the well right here, but this is where we originally popped up from. You're going to head up here. All right, so Jinzomo, or whatever his name is, his story can branch off into multiple different ways. He's also key. He's you haven't met the other characters yet that involve him, but there's someone that's playing a flute that he hears, and it's drawing him to want to follow that noise. So we're going to see him a few more times. I'm going to go ahead and pop a posture sugar, because this mini-boss, he's a ninja dude, and he fucks. So get that stealth kill on him. Again, he's one of the one-armed shinobis that they were talking about. Jump over his sweep, and the only other attack you're really looking for is his thrust, which is there. Counter. Too easy. And as long as you get those perilous attacks dealt with and deflect well, this guy is not a problem. Punish when he does the sweep, and eat his face off like that. Okay, so pretty easy mini-boss. You'll get a prayer bead for it. I think that brings us to number 4. But this guy will give you some problems if you're not comfortable with deflecting, because the nature of his attacks are super, super quick. Alright, so this is going to bring us to the depths, or the abandoned dungeon, which kind of leads to the depths. This is another entry into the way that we already found. Some geckos over here. Down here, there is... Where is he? Is he not down there yet? There he is. So this is called the Shichiman Warrior. We are not going to deal with him yet, but he is a required boss in order to obtain a really powerful item. But we do not have the Divine Confetti that I feel comfortable fighting him with. You're going to need that because he's an apparition, and Divine Confetti is really strong against apparition type bosses. But basically, all the purple stuff around him is what's called terror, and if you get hit with too much of that, it's going to kill you. Sorry guys, I had a cough. Alright, so we got a bulging coin purse, which is awesome. And then another idol here. Go ahead and rest so we can get our stuff back. See how many prayer beads. Alright, so we got 3 out of 4 prayer beads, so 1 more and we are good to go. Let's go talk to Sad Guy again. Alright, so second time we met him.
It's faint, but yes, I can hear it. As if it is calling out for someone, crying. Perhaps it is calling to me.
Hey.
Every now and then, yes, I can hear it. Give me a sign. Is it me you're calling to?
What's wrong?
If it isn't the shinobi, following the sound brought me here. Can you hear it? It's faint, carried by the wind. It's coming from this hole. You hear it, do you not?
I hear nothing.
I see. Perhaps I alone can hear it. Ah, nothing else matters. I must follow that melody. That melody calls to me. At least, I believe it does. I must... How might I pursue it?
Don't know.
Is that something, please? I'd like...
Alright, so he is going to continue following that sound. You can't hear the sound, only he can. And we're going to talk to the crazy old lady again.
You be cast out, or throw yourself in.
What?
If you wish to go to the very depths of Ashina, then you'd best cast yourself out. Over there. The depths of Ashina are over there.
Alright, so like she said, you cast yourself out. You can't see down there, but this is another way to get to the Ashina depths, which is where we went to in the first place and then turned back around. A little backstory on this area. They're trying to create another Kuro, and they're doing that at the temple where the monks are. We kind of talked about that place earlier. And anything that came back is like a failed experiment, they would take it here and throw it into the depths. So down here, you're going to see a lot of what they call infested. They're pretty much immortal, right? So we're going to hop down. Just get ready to grapple. You're going to think you're going to die, but just get ready to use your grappling hook. Pick up the items. Let me make sure I didn't miss any items. Alright, cool. And it's kind of dark, but nothing here is going to be overly threatening. So the enemy types down here, they're like zombies. You're going to have to kill them twice. And they do a grab attack that's super annoying. But once you kill them, they will come back. If you want to just permanently kill them the first time, you can use your flame vent. I'll go ahead and get that out. If you use the flame vent on them and then kill them while they're on fire, they will not return. So no point in using it on this one because I've already done the posture kill on them. Couple different ways you can go about getting through this area. So you can jump down through here and kind of grapple your way across. Or not. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Oh, I missed it again. Am I missing? Wait, hang on. Where was I supposed to go? Let me double check my math. And I missed again. Jesus. You would think there'd be a grappling point here. I think there's something over there. It's probably not hugely important, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it. If I could... I can't believe I just died. Alright, anything down there is not hugely important. But the other direction that we chose not to go, and that I should have went, will bring you to where the next sculpture's idol will be. I guess I'll show the flame bed on this guy again. And you can see he's what's called a failed experiment. So these are the things that were thrown down here, and they're kind of never dying infested types. Pacifying agent, that helps reduce the terror. And then you're going to come up on your first sculpture. Now, we're not going to progress this area anymore from here. But I'll show you basically the layout, what's in front of us. This is like the famous Soulsborne poison swamp area. Down there, there's a bunch of dudes with cannons that will ruin your day. And then over there is one of the hardest mini bosses in the game, and you're going to need to kill him in order to progress the area. What we're going to do is end the episode here. And yeah, you know what? We'll progress to this area first, and then we'll go back up to the castle and work our way to Genichiro after that. So thanks, guys, for joining. I'll catch you on the next episode. We'll be doing the Sunken Valley next. All right, peace.